behind you?
What?
Oh, yeah.
There's like a half. There's a.
There it is.
Billy's fine.
Okay. We're good for sound.
Alright, back into the Christmas spirit. We fade in at Planet Express, where there's a howling wind. The light snow falling on the Planet Express building. On TV, we see the news set. Morbo and Linda are at the desk. A Mortis shows footage of several old men in swim trunks and caps on the banks of a weird river in an alien landscape. The Mortis widens to fill the street.
In what has become a winter tradition, members of the Zarlon 7 Polar Bear Club today took the plunge into a river of liquid ammonia.
The old men happily jump into the river. We cut back to Morbo.
There were no survivors.
Oh, it takes all kinds. And now, with his annual Xmas message, here's the head of the Xmas Safety Council, the head of Walter Cronkite.
You see a jar on the desk containing Walter Cronkite's head.
Season's greetings, Linda and Marble.
Walter, you are an inspiration to Morbo. Do you have any words of wisdom for a young reporter?
Yes, I suggest he stay away from your deadly jaws, you revolting slime. And that's the way it is.
Bender sitting on the couch watching TV.
I got a bad feeling about this guy. He's too trustworthy. What's his angle?
In all the tinsel and terror of the holiday season, we too often underestimate that murderous brute better known as Santa Claus.
Featuring Santa flying in his sleigh, shooting his laser gun.
With images of last year's gingerbread massacre freshly baked into our memories, I remind you to lock up your houses and children with care, in hopes that Saint Nick won't kick your derriere. This is Walter Cronkite saying, I told you so.
We pull back to see Hermes nailing the board over the TV.
Sacred boar of Western and Eastern Samoa. We've got to secure for Santa's arrival.
Fry points the remote at the wood-covered screen and clicks it several times fruitlessly.
Just as well. I'm getting tired of this wood show.
Moments later on the tower, Fry struggles to roll the heavy armor-plated chimney coverage plates. It's not moving. President enters, waving his hands.
Cover that fireplace, confound you! I've only a few years to live. I don't want to spend them dead.
We're pushing as hard as we can.
Oh, push it.
Crash back to the ground. Professor throws his hands up and drops down in his chair at the table.
Oh, we're doomed. Every year we're doomed. Thanks be, I had these bulletproof shutters installed.
He presses a button on the console. Outside, large black panels rapidly cover the exterior like the armor on the Batmobile. Amy, who is on a ladder, nailing more planks over a window, is knocked off by the furiously deploying panels. Colorful Christmas-like green. Trespassers will be shot. Sparkle light on the roof. Amy sits down with the professor. The professor shakes his fist in defiance.
Bring it on, Santa! That bloodthirsty cadaver junkie can't touch us as long as we're not stupid enough to leave this building.
Boy, you said that. Yeah, can't touch this.
In a related matter, you'll be delivering this sack of children's letters directly into Santa's arms.
He gives a huge bag labeled to Santa, overflowing with mail. Friday, the vendor looks shocked by the music exchange. Later, the armored panels in the building retract, the ship drifts off, but as it clears the hangar, the armor quickly closes again, snagging the landing gear. The engines rev as the ship struggles and finally breaks free. Out in space, the ship flies away from Earth. Inside, Fry, Leela, and Bender are standing around the mailbag. Fry reaches in, removes an envelope, and opens it.
Listen to this one. Dear Santa.
We dissolve to the little girl's room, where a little girl, Pamela, with an arm cast, is writing a letter.
Please don't bring me any debt. The bicycle you fired at me last year from your bicycle gun really tore up my inside.
Holds up another letter.
Awesome. Let's read some more. Dear Santa.
We dissolve to the little boy's room. He's sitting at his desk writing.
Please bring me a coffin for Grandpa. You killed him last year, and he's beginning to smell a lot like Xmas. You know what I mean.
The boy looks over to Doc. Whenever we see a rigid, shawl-clad figure out from the chair, wind blows in the window and the chair creaks forward. See Bender pulls some cash from another envelope that says, "To Mr. C" in childish crayon.
Hey, this one's got a bribe in it. Dear Santas.
It is on to bedroom where Sal is writing a letter in crayon.
Here's just a taste. Leave us alone this year and there'll be more when this came from.
Runs the envelope across the sweat on his forehead and that's the scene.
Why is this world coming to?
Bender tosses the cash into his chest and throws the envelope in the trash. Fry paces angrily with a letter in his hand.
Oh, it's not fair. Xmas used to be great. I remember Mom taking me to see Santa at the 99-cent store. He had a mop for a beard and no shoes. But when Mom let him sleep in our garage for a month, I thought I was the luckiest kid on the block. Then one night it got real cold and he went to heaven. See, Xmas is supposed to bring people together, not blow them apart.
Sure, but who's going to do anything about it? Certainly not us.
Certainly, yes, us. I'm sick of learning new things, so we're going to bring back the kind of Xmas I remember.
Fry's right. It's time to sit on Santa's lap and hard.
Approaches the planet. Chiron reads Santa's Ice Fortress, North Pole of Neptune. On Neptune, the surface is covered in ice. Smoke rises from corrugated steel shafts in disheveled storybook cottages. A sign supported by two bent candy canes reads, "Welcome to Jolly Junction." We hear gunfire and dogs yelping. The crew members in carcass ride the cargo platform down to the surface with a mailbag.
Oh, look. A cute little welcoming party.
Several Neptunian elves approach. Their costumes are dirty and torn, and they're paired up, holding hands. Two elves, Balthazar and Kayam, step forward and drink liquor bottles.
Hey, want to buy a little tiny kidney?
I'll let you punch me for $1.
Look, we've got mail for Santa. Are you his elves?
We're not elves. We're Neptunians.
Yeah, we're just shrimpy because he doesn't feed us.
Lifts by his arm and limply hits himself with it.
You hit me. You owe me $1.
Shantytown Sag. Pages Balthazar and Kayam lead the crew through town. Bender drags the mail sack. Two growling dogs try to separate a pair of elves by pulling on their legs. Elves lie drunk in the gutter. Others brandish broken bottles at each other while still holding hands. Bars burning candy cane billows smoke. Two elves peer from a sagging, dilapidated gingerbread house holding crying baby elves.
Oh, you got any food? Old tea bags, chewed gum, apple cores? Come on, we're starving here.
But you live in a cookie.
Yes, food or shelter, not both.
You lazy runts. Don't you get paid for making the toys?
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 Pairs of elves peer out excitedly from their houses and lift their heads from the gutters. An eager crowd gathers.
False alarm, folks. There's no reason to make toys, since Santa judges everyone to be naughty.
Diane indicates a crumbling factory complex. The sign reads, "Toy Works closed. Coming soon, crack house."
This urban blight really boils my water. It's time to hit Santa where he lives. By the way, where does he live?
There, in his ice fortress.
He points the whip hand to an ominous concrete bunker with radar dishes perched on a provincially icy mountain peak.
We'll need help getting in. Any volunteers?
The elves look at each other in fear for a moment. Tense music plays.
I'll help you.
Diane looks down at their clasped hands.
Ah, police.
At the base of the mountain rear, Balthazar and Kayam, without the crew, push the mailbag in a wheelbarrow through a gate in a barbed wire fence. The sign reads, "Elves Only," and a life-size cutout of Santa holding his hand waist-high reads, "If you are taller than this, prepare to die." As the elves pass under, a circular saw emerges from the hand and sweeps just above their heads, chopping the pom-poms off their heads. Right, 14 minutes later, the two elves trudge along a fenced-in path backed by surveillance cameras and howitzers. Red and green searchlights crisscross the area. Vicious dogs hurl themselves against the other side of the fence. Sagal alights on the fence above a sign reading, "Electric fence, now with chocolate." Seagull immediately cries and falls at their feet. Kayam picks up the dead bird.
An omen?
Dinner.
Balthazar pockets the carcass. In Santa's surveillance room, meanwhile, it's a chamber in the heart of the ice mountain. Santa sits in an old-timey chair at a computer console writing on a scroll with a quill. There's a giant video screen on the wall.
Well, now, let's see who's been naughty and who's been naughty.
Santa presses a button. On screen we see an alley where Clamps and Joey Mousehat are beating up a musician using a garbage can lid and a dead pet. Santa shakes his head and writes.
Mugging a harmless street musician. Very naughty.
Santa looks back at the screen, then writes some more.
Being an obnoxious street musician. Exactly as naughty.
The screen seems to show Scruffy sitting on a stoop. After a beat, he scratches his nose.
I saw that.
Santa writes. The elves then are pushing the wheelbarrow, then cower.
Don't kill us!
Don't you ever knock. Who knows what naughty things I could be watching. I'd get New Orleans on this thing, you know.
Don't kill us.
The elves run out. There's some movement in the mailbag. Inside the mailbag, Fry, Leela, and Bender are up to their necks in letters.
We'll use the traditional method for destroying robots. A logical paradox. Bender, you better cover your ears.
Leela flicks open a switchblade-style laser and slashes through the bag. Out in the room, she jumps out of the mailbag, followed by Fry and Bender. Santa whirls in surprise.
Holy night! Intruders!
Missile launcher and levels it at them.
Hold it, Santa.
And now it's the Bender who covers his ears.
Consider this. You are programmed to destroy the naughty, but many of those you destroy are in fact nice. I submit to you that you are naughty, and that logically you must destroy yourself.
Then his head begins to smoke and then swivels insanely.
Faulty.
His head explodes.
Yay!
Smoke clears, revealing the same head.
Nice try. But my head was built with paradox-absorbing puffles.
Bender is oblivious at first. Seconds later, out in the hall, they flee from Santa. They reach an elevator and Santa fires a missile. The doors close, catching the missile in mid-flight. As the elevator ascends, the flashing red warhead breaks off and falls to the floor. They cower.
Quick, Leela, give your life for mine.
Seconds later, the elevator doors open. The crew runs out with Leela cradling the warhead. She stops and looks at it.
Wait, this is what we're running from.
Inside the closing elevator, they jump into one of several parked toboggans under a sign reading "Employee Parking." It doesn't move at all.
Faster! Faster!
Then, a huge explosion from the elevator propels them down the icy mountain. Howitzers and missiles fire from the fortress, but the toboggans moving too fast to be hit. Later, Balthazar and Kayam are roasting the seagull over a fire. The toboggan rockets by, spraying snow all over the elves, so that afterwards we see only 2 mounds of snow holding hands. Later, the toboggan breaks the ship and comes to an abrupt halt. Inside the ship, the crew members run in, pull some levers, as Bender and Fry look nervously out the window. The engines strain, but the ship doesn't move.
Why aren't we moving?
I don't know. Usually when I do stuff like this, the ship moves.
We see Santa holding the tail of the ship as rocket exhaust blasts him directly in the face. He begins glowing red from the heat. The surface ice begins melting around him.
Ho, ho, huh?
His steaming feet sinking into the ice. He quickly goes in up to his neck, then freezes in place. The ship powers down as elves nervously approach. Fry, Leela, and Bender run out.
He's trapped!
The elves jump for joy.
Hooray!
Now we can make toys again.
Toys! And I can deliver them. Billions and billions in one night.
Fry takes Santa's hat and puts it on his own head.
Ha! No human could do all that.
Evil Knievel could.
Nuh-uh.
Santa's right. We need some sort of robot.
Everyone looks at Bender.
Oh, crap. I'm some sort of robot.
Fry puts Santa's hat on Bender. The elves jump up and down around him in glee. Act 2, still in the shanty town. Santa looks up at Bender in his Santa hat.
Preposterous. Bender can't be Santa. He wasn't built to holiday specifications.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you who wasn't built to be Santa. I wasn't not built to be the best Santa never.
March of the non-union elves begins as the elves tramp up toward the factory. Kayam takes down the clothes sign.
We are free and fairly sober with so many toys to build. The machines are kind of tricky, probably someone will be killed. But we'll gladly work for nothing,
Which is good because we never said we'd pay.
the elves are back to work today.
Hooray!
Where are you going? We just a couple hours to make several billion gifts, and the labor isn't easy.
Then you'll all work triple shifts. You can make the work go quicker if you turn up the controls to super speed.
It's back to work on Christmas Eve.
I have no idea. If you're cold and sore and hungry, your pride will mask the pain.
Let my happy smile warm your heart. There's a toy stuck through my brain.
We are getting awfully tired and we can't work any faster, and we're very, very sorry.
Why, you selfish little bastard. Don't you want the kids to think that Santa's just a crummy, empty-handed jerk?
Oh!
So shut your yucks and back to work.
Now the hour is approaching. We have done the best we could.
These toy soldiers are poorly painted.
And they're made from inferior wood.
I should give you all a beating, but I really have to fly.
If I weren't stuck here frozen, I'd harpoon you in the eye. Now it's back to our tenements to drown ourselves in rye.
You did the best you could, I guess, and some of these gorillas are okay.
The rest of Christmas
Let's just sing the rest of the script. We're in New York at night at a brownstone. A light snow falls. In the front yard is a snowman in a combat helmet, holding a rifle and looking skyward. We pan up to see Bender land his sleigh on the roof. He gets out and inspects the chimney, which is blocked by heavy iron bars.
Gee, Bender, how you gonna get through these bars? I don't know more. I'm supposed to bend them. Okay.
Inside, he lands in the fireplace with a plank.
Mommy! Santa's through the perimeter!
The veterinarian, his wife, and two kids cowering behind the couch.
This is it, kids. Take your suicide pill so you won't suffer.
No, wait. I'm the good Santa. I've got toys at reasonable prices.
Don't listen to him. He's the father of all lies and the uncle of all tricks.
I come bearing Stratego.
Go for the shins!
The family banks Bender's legs with fireplace pokers as he scrambles back up the chimney.
Ow! Ow!
Back on the roof, he scrambles up the chimney and pulls himself to the sleigh with his hands because his legs are so badly mangled.
One down.
House. Bender exits the fireplace and cautiously looks around. The legs slam on, startling.
Ow!
You see Petunia, dressed in a floppy negligee, posed seductively in a doorway, one foot against the jamb.
Hello, handsome.
She clips her toenail, then lowers her leg. Surprise pussycat cookie door.
Won't you have a cookie?
Don't mind if I do.
Bender reaches into the jar, there's a loud snap. He removes his hand to find a mouse trap clamped onto it.
Ow! What's in these things?
Why don't you slip into something more fiery?
Ah!
The flamethrower and fires.
Ow!
A mangled Bender flies to the sleigh. The shiki-clad robot and rocket-powered Forrest's canoe flies up alongside.
Yo, Kringle, what happened to you, man?
Oh, it's awful, Kwanzaa bot. Everyone hates me.
At least they understand you. Ain't nobody down with the Kwanzaa tip.
Hey, maybe you can lend me a hand with these deliveries.
No time. I gotta hand out the traditional Kwanzaa book.
You get that book from the back entitled, What the Hell is
Oh, man.
Their shiki's calling each other.
I've been giving these out for 647 years.
At the Pine Express Lounge, we see Xmas decorations up. Leaving trays, flashing lights from Aristole's hand, Nibbler, Leela hangs candy canes on a bush. Nibbler pops out and eats them one by one, unnoticed. Fry and Hermes are in a bathtub filled with eggnog.
Ah, bathtub eggnog, just the way Grandma used to drink.
He takes a ladle in and sips it. He makes a sour face.
Ew, this is skunked.
He rises from the eggnog. He's scrubbing his back with a long-handled brush as though bathing.
Can't I have a scented bath in peace?
Now remember, Professor, Bender is Santa, so we don't need to hurt him, right?
Yes, yes, yes. You sound like a broken MP3.
Bender drops into the fireplace, disheveled.
Ho, ho!
Professor blasts the shotgun. Neither run up.
Professor, don't you remember what I told you?
No!
Bender crosses the third address off an impossibly long list in his scroll.
Oh, there's gotta be a better way.
Out on the sidewalk, you see him carrying the bag of toys toward a large bin labeled Toys for Tots. He goes right past it and dumps the toys down a sewer grate.
Bender, you're a genius.
Mutant Violet waves a doll from the sewer grate.
This creates an unrealistic standard of beauty.
Bender's sitting against a dumpster in a blind alley.
Now it's time for Santa to screw open his present.
He opens the bottle and guzzles it. Smitty and Earl, the police officers, peer into the alley.
Hey, it's Santa, and we got him cornered.
Oh, I smell a juicy promotion for me.
And a juicy rehiring back onto the force for me.
Flashlights dying on Bender as he takes a swig.
Huh?
The spinning headline reads, Suspect nabbed in Santa case. A sub-headline reads, Hanukkah zombie still at large. Prison recording where a courthouse sign reads, Famous original race superior sex. Inside the courtroom is a buzz. The hyper chicken lawyer sits at the prosecutor's table. Bender sits at the defendant's table. The gang's in the audience. A bailiff steps up.
Court will come to order. The Honorable Judge Whitey presiding.
A white-haired Ted native suburbanite sits down. He bangs his gavel and the room goes silent.
It profoundly irks me to be away from my lovely wife, Muffy, on the kitchen today. As we do in our gated community, Santa rarely troubles us, our boys, Chap and Brewster. Nonetheless, I've heard from some of the caddies of the club that he is a menace of the first order. Santa Claus, you stand accused of crimes against humanity. How do you plead?
Not Santa, Your Honor.
Moments later, Pamela sits in the witness box, the hyper chicken faces.
Now, Pamela, I know it's scary in that there witness box, but there ain't no need to fear me. I'm sorry, I thought you was corn. Would you please point to that robot over there?
The little girl points at Bender.
Oh!
Hyper chicken starts back to his seat and opens his briefcase to reveal a bunch of peeping chicks.
Daddy done good, huh?
Isn't it true that you have been paid for your testimony?
Yes? You gave me $1 and some candy.
And yet you haven't said what I told you to say? How can I ever trust you?
Quit badgering the witness.
Badger? Where?
Moments later, Bender sits in the witness box. The hyper chicken leans on the rail, holding a burlap sack labeled milk.
Now, Santa Claus, could you all tell me what's that goofy thing on your head?
Chapeau. I mean a hat. Sorry, I'm nervous.
Your Honor, I may be a simple hyper chicken, but I know a confession when I hear one. I'll move for a summary verdict.
Whereas I have a ham dinner with mayonnaise waiting for me at my mansion. I find the defendant guilty.
Whoa!
Santa Claus, I hereby sentence you to be taken out back and executed forthwith.
Dramatic music plays as Bender's taken out a side door by a spinning wheel. Brian Neely exchanged worried looks.
It's not fair. I just hope that hick chicken feels bad.
And outside to see the hyper chicken flapping his wings proudly across the street. Act 3. A sign on a high barbed wire fence outside a prison reads, Statica Robot Competition. 2 dead rows, no waiting. Inside the electrocution room, a guard straps Bender, still in his central regalia, into the electric chair. The preacher lies next to him, Mayor Puppenmeyer, and another guard stand near the switch. The crew watches from the gallery. Grid music plays.
All right, bring it on. Let's light this candle. What do you want me to die of? Old age? Move it back, so.
All right, you die. Pull switch. Pulling switch.
Pulling switch. Pull it, damn switch.
Guard 2 pulls the lever. The lights flicker as Bender vibrates wildly and sparks.
After
a moment, the mayor nods to guard. He steps off the switch. Bender stops flailing.
That hit the spot. Thanks for granting me my last request, guys.
The execution chamber.
The Planet Express ship flies toward Neptune. At the planet, the toy factory billows smoke. Many toys are scattered about. Ship lands nearby, and a bunch of rubber duckies which squeak under its gear. Fry and Wheeler get out. Balthazar and Kayam approach. They're now wearing tank tops, caps, and short shirts. Balthazar also has a fanny pack.
Greetings, masters. We made lots of toys. Don't kill us.
Out of my way. We're here to bring Santa back in a block of ice so we can prove Bender's innocent.
She starts up a chainsaw and begins cutting through the ice in a wide square around Santa's head.
If I ever get out of this ice, I'm going to stuff your heads full of sugar plums till visions of them dance on your graves.
Good one, Santa.
Hey, thanks. I liked it when I wrote it, but you never, really know until you try it out on an audience.
Finishes cutting, Santa with a square of ice around his neck sinks into subsurface water.
Oh no, the ice melted.
More elves approach and peer into the hole. Leela looks at the thick smoke pouring from the factory.
The pollution from the factory. It caused a greenhouse effect.
That would explain this heat. And your breezy short shorts.
Hey, that would explain it.
Suddenly, Santa bursts up to the ice like an orca. Together, a single green elf shoe remains behind, spinning in place as its bell jingles. Meanwhile, back in death row, the guards lead Bender down the green corridor of death row. Preacher Bot and Mayor Puppenmeyer follow. Prisoners lean against the bars, looking out.
Deactivated robot walking! We got deactivated robot walking here!
Hey, Santa, when you see the robot devil, tell him I'm a-coming.
Bender passes the next cell where the robot devil is leaning on the bars. Bender points to the previous prisoner.
Hey, that guy said to tell you. I heard him.
Pursued by Santa. Inside, elves are working to the pounding beat of industrial music. Some are stitching eyes and large surprised pussycat stuffed animals. Santa enters firing his laser machine gun. Stuffed in a large box and quickly gift wrap it from the inside somehow. On a conveyor belt and try to run away counter to its motion. Santa pursues. A line of toy soldiers holding bayonets comes toward them. They all have to jump them like turtles. Fry and Leela reach the engine and jump up. Leela quickly tilts up one of the soldiers' bayonets so it points up much higher than the others. The conveyor belt carries it off screen.
Ow!
Moments later, Fry and Leela bounce the ship. The door slams behind them, then opens again, and Balthazar and Kayam come flying out.
Take us with you. We love you.
You can hit us all you want.
No room.
I'm afraid, meanwhile, Fry lounges on the sofa. He pulls the throttle and the ship takes off. You see stars outside the window.
All right. We got away from those creepy man boys.
Hey, we rule! Oh, wait, we forgot to save Bender's life.
Fry looks up and pours himself a glass of champagne.
Crud, you're right. Without the real Santa, we'll need a new plan.
Deep in thought, Fry and Leela sip their champagne. Through the window to space. As it flies forward, revealing Santa clutching the top of the hole. There's a dramatic sting.
Look out, Earth.
It's Xmas time.
The execution room. It's a windowless room. The guard is strapping Bender to the wall between two huge electromagnets as witnesses watch from bleachers. The sign reads Mag Execution.
Ah, good old Maggie.
Puppenmeyer pets the magnet. His watch flies off and sticks to it, followed by a flask and a travel iron.
She'll kill you in the most humane possible manner by tearing you to pieces with powerful electromagnets.
That doesn't sound humane.
It is for the witnesses because it's not boring.
Mayor acknowledges him, then pulls on a black hood.
When this random number generator reaches 0, you'll be executed.
The mayor presses a button and digital numbers appear on a scoreboard as King's music plays.
10, 3. 12. 3 again.
Stop the execution!
Leela.
15. -8.
You've got the wrong man.
I'm Santa Claus.
Right, you're wearing a Santa suit.
Oh. What? 27.
No, I'm Santa Claus.
Ernie steps in wearing a Santa costume and a dreadlock beard.
6.
Santa suit at 80 and a fake beard and Santa suit cut like their sweatsuit entered.
We're all so Santa Claus.
And I'm his friend Jesus.
This raises a fair number of theological questions.
Your Marinus, if you execute him, you have to execute all of us.
You people aren't Santa. You're not even robots. 91. How dare you lie in front of Jesus? Hey, 0!
Pulls the switch. A humming sound starts as the magnet heads vibrate. His legs stick out, spread eagles. His body begins to deform.
No, not the magnet. Swing low, free chariot, coming for to carry me home.
This is horrible, but it's not boring.
The wall on his sleigh. Debris flies everywhere, and the magnet heads fall smoking to the ground.
Ho, ho, ho!
Firing, everyone ducks for cover.
My God, the real Santa. Get him, Jesus!
I help those who help themselves.
Santa, you saved my life. Don't kill me.
I'm not here to kill you, Bender. I need you to help me save Xmas.
The scary music replaced by sappy Xmas music.
Gee whiz, Santa. You want me to help you?
Brian, leave a peek over the top of the rubble.
Don't do it. He's evil.
I know he is. I'm running late, and if I don't complete my brutal rampage, well, it just wouldn't be Xmas. I guess what I'm asking is, Bender, won't you join my sleighing tonight?
Just then the governor calls. Dempsey extends his hand and lifts Bender into the sleigh. They fly out through a hole in the wall. Happy Christmas music plays over the following scene. Shirts were downtown. The sleigh flies at streetlight level. Bender in his Santa suit smashes each streetlight with a bat as they pass. Fires a missile. We see a hover truck that reads Stinky Storage Diaper Service. It shows a cute skirt with diapers hanging from his feet and a clothespin on his nostril. The missile hits and explodes. White diapers rain down on bystanders like snow. Scruffy opens an umbrella. Several diapers thumping it. Back to see Santa and Bender watch with delight.
Let it snow.
Later, as the sleigh swoops by, Bender hurls dolls from his sack.
Merry Xmas, kids.
We pan over to see the dolls smashing through windows. One fast-moving doll smashes through a brick wall. We hear an off-screen blast, and a bicycle hits Paula, sending her flying. Meanwhile, back at Planet Express, the Professor Amy Hermes, LaBarbara, and Dr. Zoidberg are huddled in the dark looking out the window. Civil defense horns sound, fire engine sirens blare.
This Wang's chum.
So easy.
After all the good we tried to do, Xmas turned out as rotten as ever.
No heat.
No power.
Nothing tasty in the dumpster.
Huddled together in fear like lice in a burning wig.
Wait a second. Maybe your futuristic Xmas isn't so rotten after all.
What are you talking about, you crouton? You said it yourself. Xmas should be about bringing people together, not blowing them apart.
But don't you see? Fear has brought us together. That's the magic of Xmas. That's a big crock of...
A huge explosion rocks the building.
Hold me.
Goes around the professor in a group hug as sweet music. That evening out in New York, Bender hooks the sleigh's winch to a huge globe atop a skyscraper. Santa whips his robotic reindeer.
On Thrasher! On Smasher!
The tower breaks, the globe comes swinging free as the sleigh heads towards City Hall. Bender chops the cable with an axe, sending the globe smashing into the building.
Take that, you naughty mayor. Who says you can't crush City Hall?
By the way, Bender, here's a small token of my appreciation for being Santa while I was trapped in the ice.
Santa hands Bender a small wrapped gift box. Bender eagerly starts to open it.
Ooh. Hey, Chief, you screwed up. There's nothing in here.
Oh, it might appear empty, but the message is clear.
The Hall of Packing kicks Bender in the ass and falls into the burning, collapsing city below.
Play Santa again and I'll kill you next year!
Yeah.